Coming up on Mountain News this morning, Prestonsburg has had trouble recently with smoke shops selling mislabeled vape pens to underage customers. And soon, Kentuckians may find themselves voting to push governor's elections back a year to match presidential elections.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, folks. I'm Madison Carmouche. We are coming up on 5 a.m. on January 11th, 2024. Let's check in with meteorologist Mace Michaels for a look at your forecast this morning.
Hi there, Madison. We're looking at a quiet morning, and today will end up being probably our best morning of the next 6-7 days or so. It's comfortable outside this morning, at least for this time of year. So we take a look at Pikeville. 32 degrees, a quiet morning, and we are looking forward to seeing some sunshine for a little later on. As you check those morning wake-up temperatures, we are looking at most readings right now in the mid-30s here in Hazard, some mid-20s towards Manchester and London, even as warm as 40 right now in Irvine, and a lot of upper 20s and low 30s all the way on up through northern Tennessee and on here into eastern Kentucky through the Pikeville and Prestonsburg area. As you look at your forecast out the door throughout the day today, we're talking about temperatures warming up nicely, and we are going to enjoy some sunshine. Our highs today, upper 40s to the low 50s. A look at the cool down coming, Madison. We have some rain and snow showers to talk about. Yeah, much cooler weather on into next week, and quite a bit of wind into tomorrow too. That part of the forecast here in just a few minutes.
All right, Mace, thank you. The London Police Department is investigating a deadly crash. Officials say the crash happened Wednesday evening on I-75 on the southbound exit 41 ramp. No other details were released. We will continue to update this story on the WYMT News app. Employees at 2 stores are accused of selling mislabeled and misbranded vape pens to teenagers. Prestonsburg police say they received 5 reports of teens showing overdose-like symptoms that required medical attention after using vapes. Officers say the common factor each time a teen was using an electronic vape pen, but during a control buy, officers say an area smoke shop repeatedly sold to minors under police surveillance.
Kids that don't even have their driver's licenses are able to walk into some of these stores, were able to walk into some of these stores and buy product that on its face was illegal for them to buy, let alone product that was not in any way, shape, or form or fashion was what it said it was.
Since that investigation opened in October, 2 area smoke shop business licenses have been revoked. We have a traffic alert to pass along to you. Starting next Tuesday, a portion of Kentucky 2491 that runs underneath the Mountain Parkway east of Campton, exit 46, will be closed due to road and bridge construction. That portion of the Mountain Parkway is expected to be closed through Friday the 19th. The police chief for One Southern Kentucky Police Department is stepping down. Somerset Police Chief William Hunt has announced his retirement. Hunt served in law enforcement for 30 years. He became the first police chief in Somerset's history to be named Kentucky's Chief of the Year. A bill proposing a constitutional amendment is moving through the General Assembly. It is Senate Bill 10, which would propose to move the constitutional office election to the same year as the presidential race, starting in 8 years. But voters will have to approve this issue since it changes the state's constitution. Senator Christian McDaniel says he has pushed this bill time and time again.
What this will do is dramatically increase the number of voters who participate in a constitutional election year. The reality is we need to improve the participation in our democracy.
If placed on the ballot, the question will ask voters if they are in favor of amending Section 95 of the state constitution to hold the election of all statewide constitutional officers in even-numbered years after the November 2027 election. This means the bill would not go into effect until 2032. Several organizations are working to provide relief for the city of Neon and surrounding communities following a water outage. Organizations partnered to give out hot meals, water, and financial aid. Apple Shop film director Willa Johnson says this is not the first time the community has had to battle this issue.
In McRoberts, when I was in middle school, this happened at one point where we went weeks, maybe a month without water. The National Guard was called in. So I think we've always had an issue with the infrastructure aging. Pair that with the drought, pair that with the pipes and lines busting post-flood. It just seems to have made a perfect storm.
Governor Andy Beshear declared a state of emergency for the city of Fleming Neon. However, FEMA has approved $2.9 million for sewer system repairs for the city of Fleming Neon. The system was damaged by the July 2022 flood. In the release, it says city labor and contractors will be used to restore the system back to the condition it was before the disaster. The 150th Kentucky Derby will be a grand spectacle, and this year the run for those roses is worth a lot more than just the fame and the garland. The greatest 2 minutes in sports will see its purse raised to $5 million, with $3.1 million to the winner. It is the richest purse in the Classic's history. The purse had been $3 million. Also, $1 million will be awarded to the runner-up, $500,000 to the third, $250,000 to the fourth, and $150,000 to the fifth. The Armed Forces Benefit Association has presented a scholarship to Courtney Medlock. Courtney received the $40,000 scholarship from Robert Underwood, who is with the AFBA. Her husband, Officer Logan Medlock, was killed in a crash involving a drunk driver back in 2022. The scholarship can be used by Courtney or her son Brantley at any college across the country.